I just like people, and I kind of pick them up on the sidewalk. I have only been a single person for the last 2 years. All that other time before, I was with parents or my husband, and then children. I've always had a home, a family life. When I became single, I made it my purpose to get acquainted with my neighbors, with people walking down the street, or if I was taking a walk. It was Jack that said, I'm sure somebody will ask you over for dinner today after church, or you go home and ask your neighbors. Well, my neighbors was a black man from Arkansas, an old hippie with a long ponytail, and a crippled man in a wheelchair. I just thought it was funny. Here I am, a little white-haired single woman living alone, and I thought, I'm going to ask these men, because I had gotten acquainted with them in a way that they had let me know that they felt a kinship with me. They liked talking to me, and we'd just talk on the sidewalk or in front of our apartment. And I asked them to come for Sunday dinner. And I said, now I'm going to put a pot roast on, and we're going to have the whole shebang. I made apple pie, and they came, visited, and they left kind of one at a time. And when it was all gone, I thought, how peculiar. What a funny story. And the men all knew each other. There were no women in my apartment complex. There were mostly men. The women were younger women with children. And so then I began taking walks down the sidewalk, and I saw two men sitting on their porch. Felt like I needed to walk over to them and just make conversation. As we talked, I learned that they both were really just hungry for companionship, and they wondered who I was, and I told them and how long I'd lived there. And I found out the one man's sister lives in Tennessee in the same town as my sister. I don't think any of those things are accident, and they're a way to get acquainted. And from those first acquaintances, we've shared food, we've shared barbecues. The man from Tennessee said, I'll grill some chicken and you bring a peach cobbler. And I did, and it just started a friendship. And when I left that neighborhood, he said, oh, I probably will never see you again. But I came back to his house at Christmas and took him some cookies. And he couldn't believe it. He just couldn't believe that I came back. And that, to me, is as much as having someone at your home. It's meeting them where they are and showing them, yes, I will come back into your life. I do love you. But I also love the women that I've gotten acquainted with here that we've become so close to. We share going out to eat. I've had them in my home a number of times. We share birthday times together. It's not what you eat or what you cook. It really is just being together. I had a business acquaintance that came to my home, and I felt like the whole morning before she came that I should prepare something for her to eat. So I made macaroni and cheese and deviled eggs, and I had some cans of Pepsi that I don't normally keep. And when she came there and I told her what I had, and she just was overwhelmed. She said, my daddy used to work for Pepsi Cola, and that was my favorite drink. And my mama always made deviled eggs for every holiday, and my sister made macaroni and cheese. And she said, here, you fixed everything that's my favorite. And I said, it's not just me, it's the Lord showing you He loves you. And He wanted me to prepare just the thing that you would like the most. And I've had a lot of times like that. And I just talk to them and want to get acquainted. And sometimes, yes, you ask them into your house, just come and have coffee. And I've had neighbors then that do the same to me, and we share things. If I make or bake something, I take them some, and they'll bring me something another time. And it is a way to get acquainted. I have a new neighbor from Africa, a lady who tells a story that would just shake your boots and make you cry. You can't believe all she's been through. But she says part of her tithing, part of her paying back to God, she feels like she's doing that and giving thanks to God, is to share whatever she has. Those are the things that just draw you into fellowship with one another. They're the things that let you know how much God loves us, and that's just the ways He wants us to show, His love to other people. It is simple things. I love doing that. And people seem to open up to you then, too. They'll share their life and share their stories, and you'll get to really know them. And I have met a lot of new people, not because I've wanted to bring them into our church. That door will open also. But my feeling is more than anything, I just want them to know Jesus. I want them to know that He will care for every need they have. Sometimes it's going on a picnic or taking a ride with somebody and stopping for an ice cream cone. But it'll definitely draw you together as a community. And we'll learn about each other. We'll learn where we're coming from and what our needs are, too. But I'm always surprised at how much people need love. They need somebody to love them. And ultimately, they need Jesus. They need to know how much God loves us. And I often say, like I said to Dawn, the only reason I made these things is because I really felt like this is what God was telling me to fix for you, your macaroni and cheese. And I think that brings people closer too, when you are telling them that you're really thinking and asking God, well, what do they need? What can I do for them?